Greets peeps, we are back with Davos, the Onion Knight of Rainwood. We want to continue on with showing you through how this mod and give you a glimpse at the vanilla game through this. The vanilla game, as I mentioned in the last video, is a lot more confusing than this. Actually, there's a lot to this as well. In fact, there's more to this than in the main game in some ways, but more in storyline. Whereas in gameplay, the vanilla game has arguably more to it. Okay, so the last thing that we had up here, we had Unlanded Sons, but we'll come to that soon. The idle council members. You have, as any tier ruler, you can't ever play as people who run individual castles or cities. So, as a count, or a king, or a high lord, or an emperor, or there's other terms for those similar types of tiers in different areas as different religions. As any ruler of a count or above, of a single province or above, you have staff, you have a council. You have a castellan who does things like, he looks after your realm, after your holdings. So he has various options that you can assign him to do. We can have him look to improve a holding, to pacify a province, to improve defences, or to oversee realm. We're going to just have him do that for the meantime, because I don't want to go into these too far. When we start setting them especially, then we'll do that. Then we'll go through that. In the meantime, I'm just going to set these guys to things that I want him to do. What is our religion here? Oh, what's the religion flag on this one? That's right. Okay, so we're... oh? I'm not going to mess with that too much. I'm just going to perform charity because I don't know what the situation is here with this realm, because our ruler is Faith of R'hllor. Our own faith is Faith of the Seven. Does he have... Okay. We'll go through some of those stats, those traits a little bit later on, but in the meantime, we are able to start the game. Okay, so as the count, as the Lord of Rainwood, our immediate ambition is to expand our holdings. Because of our state stewardship, we are able to hold, and our current ruler tier, we're at the lowest tier, we are able to hold 2 provinces within our domain. Not provinces, sorry. 2 holdings within our domain. We hold this one province within our domain at the moment. We've given this over to the holding of that chap. Agnatic cognatic primogeniture. We might... I'm tempted to try to... His heir is his brother. He's got no kids. We've got no women we could marry him off to. Hey, he's got a Valyrian sword. And a dog. Cool. Wish I had a dog and a Valyrian sword. So the people who make this mod have gone to insane lengths, as have the community who they work with very carefully, very closely rather, to put as much factual information, factual stuff in this mod as possible. So I'm guessing that somehow the the Vulcan family of Black Bog, have had a Valerian sword in their family, named Stranger's Mercy, and someone somewhere with a lot better knowledge of the world of Westeros than I. It's not called. There's Planetos is the name of this entire place. Someone with a much better idea of Planetos than I has found out that that has occurred, has mentioned it to the people who make the mod, and they've added it in. This mod, I've never seen modding as good as this, as good as these people have done. I cannot speak highly enough about it. I'll make sure I put a link to the mod's home site in the link to the video, because there's so much information to be had there. Any problems can be answered there. It's just an invaluable resource that I use all the time. And because they're doing constant development, it's always an interesting read as well. You always find out new stuff that's going on. Okay, so we are at present in a war. I think this is what I was leading up to with my talk of leaders and things. We're in a war at present with King Joffrey of the Iron Throne. So our liege, Stannis Baratheon of the House Baratheon, is leading a revolt, which we can tell because of that flag there. He's a rebel leader. Is leading a revolt for the Iron Throne against Joffrey, Lord Mace of, I was going to say Mace Windu, that's not right, Mace Tyrell, and Tywin Lannister. So this is an interesting war. We've got a good amount of troops there. We've got 20,000 troops. As you can see, there's a 20... Oh, who's that? I think that red thing is... Can I look at that war? No. In this game you can't examine other battles. Oh, hang on, I can see it in here. So that's red. Oh, these people are on our side potentially. New barrel. Can anyone see a flag that looks like that on the map? I certainly can't. Let's have a look at diplomatic relations. Nope. Let's have a look at those lot. Who are they at war with? So they're fighting a couple of different wars. They're fighting the Brotherhood Without Banners, King Rob in the north, and Stannis Baratheon and us. Okay, so those troops could be on any side. I imagine... Let's have another look. John, Stefan and Russell. Russell of Smallwood. Stefan. Okay, so those guys are on our side, so it's a real shame they've gotten caught out over there. Them over here would allow us to... likely to allow us to have a much better time taking King's Landing, which I'm guessing is where Stannis is marching right now, but we shall see. So yeah, we're at war with all of those guys. Those guys are at war with us. Let us see if we can raise an army. We can raise an army from our domain, and we are going to lead that ourselves for the moment, will we? I can... I thought I had a commander that I could assign. I've got no troops there, but I'm going to go up and join Stannis. In fact, I'm going to raise my vassal levies as well, and we can all go up there and help old Stanny boy out. Stanny boy. The pipes are calling, mate. We had in command happen to us. Okay, so the modifier in command means that... no. It doesn't say, but it reduces the chance we'll get our wife pregnant, is basically the long and short of it. Let's have a look. Are these guys on our side? No, they've when their liege raised his banners, they decided not to. So Stannis will not be happy with them. We can tell he hasn't got a liege at the moment because he said he's not joining in on the war. I'm confused here. I thought one of my sons was a commander. Those guys are both commanders. I should make this son a commander. And... because he's increasing that. I'm tempted to... he's a good cavalry leader, but not much else. That's okay. We'll put our other son, who's good with defending and with inspiring the troops, in charge instead of us, because that will make our army stronger. And I will combine all our troops. We don't want any flanking. We just want to be strong. And we'll go join Stannis. Okay, so the way that war in this works is that Marek Seaworth has become a commander. He surely has. The way that combat in this works is that... oh, is that paused? Okay, someone has agreed to marry our daughter. Because they've agreed to marry our daughter, we can offer to form an alliance with them. They are from Rathrock, which is there. And now, with our... Oops, no, not arrange a marriage, arrange a alliance. So that's a good alliance. Do we want to go for money or prestige? I don't remember what prestige does in this game. I believe it's less important. Hey, money is everyone's concern. Cool. Very good. We got 25 gold. And this chap we'll get an alliance with. He's married one of our other sons. Great. Yep. Great. Because we married that son to a lower tier dude, which I didn't realize, this guy here is he only holds that castle. Is that a barony? I can't remember. It's been far too long. But yes, so our main concern at the moment is catching up with Stannis' army, because they're about to get they're about to get a hiding. So there's much less about offensive and defensive in this game than there is in Europa Universalis 4. It's much more about numbers, a pure numbers game, or almost a pure numbers game in this. Our spy master Dale has come to us, seeking a word. Sir, he begins, I understand that you harbour an ambitious focus in Kiraz and become Justicar. May I suggest that it... okay, so Selwyn Tarth is the current Justicar of Stannis Baratheon. So to take over from him as Justicar, it may require us to do some spy work, some espionage stuff. We don't want to do that because that causes trouble with the person, but yeah, plot to replace him as the Okay, so there's a lot of intrigue in this game. You can plot to have people killed, you can plot to kidnap people, you can plot to make claims on other titles. Let's have a look at the various options. So lots of murdering plots. One, replace someone as the Justicar plot. Our plot power is less than 100. Ideally what you want is 200 power, and then it can 200% power, and then it happens early. We don't want to do that, so we will hold fire for the moment. Our various plans to kill people. Yeah. Who becomes his... Oh my god. Brienne. Arranged marriage. With that guy who we don't like. Why not? Oh, so we could marry him matrilineally to her. Brienne's his only child. And I can understand that he wants her married matrilineally, but I can invite to carousing. Okay, so remember we chose the carousing option in our lifestyle focus. That means that we can invite people to come party with us. When we party with people, their opinion of us goes up, our opinion of them goes up, and it's likely that we get events that make us that help us become better diplomats, but also there's some negative chances as well. I can invite anyone within my liege's realm, so I can invite all of the leaders of this lot, but I believe I shouldn't be able to. See, it has the requirement at peace, and I wouldn't have thought I'm at peace because I'm currently at war. So I'm not going to do that. I think it might be bugged out. Alright, so this war's really scary. We might look to join up with that army rather than Stannis' army proper. Oh no, Stannis is taking it slow, that's cool. That's maybe not though. Where did that big army go? Why is there only 200 there now? Ugh. Oh, there we go. Oh, they're going for King's Landing. Okay, that's cool. There's a chance that they're going to go for the army in the north before us. So that works for us. Who's that? There. Captain Quentin. I don't imagine there'd be a Captain Quentin on our side, would there? Yep. So we're going to come along and we'll siege this one place. We've had a couple of events down here. He got given a council and... Yep. Depose. Who the hell are you, dude? So the, this guy here has started up a faction to depose King Stannis. We will not have that. Nope. Actually, I don't think it's Davos Seaworthy we should be doing any intrigue stuff. He's a bit of an honourable dude. I don't think he'd be down on killing someone just for wanting to depose his lord. Okay, so we somehow saw that through there that army's headed up that way. They're taking attrition because of the amount of people there, the same as here. So the attrition is similar to what we see in Europa Universalis 4. I don't have enough people here to siege it. Hopefully someone will join me. Come and join me, boys. Nope. What about there? So what we need to do, the reason we can't besiege this is because they have 500, yeah, 688 plus 14, no, sorry, they have 688 plus 1399, which adds up to 2087. So we need to look for places that have had their levies raised that we'll be able to, oh, what's that? That's 8. There, we can besiege that place there. The reason we can besiege them is because we outnumber them. What is this? Assign Guardian. I propose that Sir Maelgorn of Redpool becomes Stefan's Guardian. He's zealous, craven, proud. Nope, I don't want that guardianship. Thanks, my liege. He's a dickbag. We'll stay as educator for our sons. The longer we stay as their educator, the more likely we are to be able to dictate what these become. But we'll see. We'll see if we see one. Am I right about being able to siege here? Yes, I am. Oh, so there are other troops here besieging this along with me. And who they are, I don't know. A famous herald, once versed in the diplomatic protocol, has arrived at our court. Aaron Butler. Let's have a look at his Arlan Butler. His stats are, yeah, he's a great diplomat and very good at intrigue. He's arbitrary, a family person, cynical, and ambitious. Do we pay 10 gold to get this guy along? We could get him in and he could be our... we'd get rid of that guy. He's a powerful vassal. What else does he do? He's just crap at everything. I'm going to do this. Okay, so when you... he's arrived at our court. Someone got... Rennet. So a lot of people have joined that faction to get rid of our boss, which we don't like much. I'm confused about these numbers changing. I think it's because little groups that we aren't directly allied with are dropping off. That's why we don't see their number. We just see their little badge. I'm guessing. I don't know that for sure. So the way that sieging in this works is the two numbers are compared and they lose their morale as you go down, or they lose their numbers and therefore their morale goes down. Negative 8% every 12 days is the way that it works, and the reason it's going down at negative 12%, negative 8% is because no one here is adept at sieging things. There is one button here in which we can assault a holding. We can't do that unless we're the siege leader, and we are not. Someone else is running this. That would be those guys. Oh. Hang on, what? That's who I want to see. That guy there. We'll work that out later. Where were we? We were talking about sieging, we were talking about troops. Who knows? Let's so at the moment that siege is going on. The troops at the Red Keep have already been raised, and at the Castle of the Dragon Gate. So there's still 5,000 in the garrison there. There's still 400 in the garrison there. We'll keep an eye on this one in the meantime, and we'll move up there if we need to. I am tempted to try to catch that troop, given that they're smaller. And that siege can go on without me. Can I catch him? Can I catch him? Oh, that was lucky I didn't, because that's a lot more troops than I have. So there's a siege going on there as well. Everything's sieging out, and I can't tell who's my ally and who's not. That's okay. Let's just go catch up with our boss. Greets, boss. How's the siege going? What we're going to do is we'll attach our army to Lord Bryce. Who's Lord Bryce? No, we want to attach him to Stannis. Yeah, that's okay. Let's see how the siege goes. Ooh, they're in a shattered retreat. Maybe they met the army of the north, which means Rob may be coming down this way, which means interesting things. Let's try to take King's Landing in the meantime, and if we can, we'll go on little adventures to snipe smaller groups. We will attach to Lord Bryce's army. So Stannis raised some vassals. Oh no, they're at war. Okay, so your various vassals will fight amongst each other. My Septon, someone's happy about me. Okay, see how happy you are about this, mate? I'm replacing you. Oh, he wants to get married. So let's see if we can find someone for him to marry. No, we've got no one in our court. Okay, I'm going to replace him. He's got this tag here, Powerful Vassal. It means he's more likely to join plots and factions if I annoy him. At the moment though, he's 82 of 100, so let's upset that apple cart. Oh sorry, he's at 100 of 100. I'm going to change that because I want a better diplomat. He'll continue to improve relations with people around me, but if we have a look now in our realm, no, where do you do it in this one? We can see that his opinion of us has dropped down to 55, but he's got some great stats for a commander. He's just craven and no, trusting doesn't affect it. He's just a craven, which means that all of his stats drop through the floor. What a shame. We could also get a better Castellan than him. 9 is not great. We'll leave it for the moment. There's lots of tweaking that I could be doing, but we'll leave that. We want to focus on the main story, which is the Siege of King's Landing. So, what Stannis said here. He wants to... Hey! He wants to give me the title of advisor. I don't know what that means. Hopefully, that means that we've achieved our ambition of becoming a... What's her name? I think that just bumped my base by 1 when we became the what do you call it? The Thingamy Bob, you know. We're going to look to become friends with Stannis. Let's have a closer look at this ambitions window, because I don't really know what is the best option here. So we've got options of becoming regent for our boss. That gives us 30 prestige. Ho-hum, it's prestige. Become a paragon of virtue. Get our piety up to 1000. Given that it's 22 and increasing at a rate of 0.1 per month, that's some time off. We won't be doing that. Fall in love. Sir Davos desires romance and passion. I don't think Sir Davos is that sort of a man. Although I could try to fall in love with my wife. She's alright, I'll leave her be. Looking to have a daughter, that's unlikely with a 46-year-old wife. Befriend him, that's the one we're going to do. Adopt a lifestyle, no. And gain an honorary title. That could be a good stepping stone to becoming a friend with Stannis. Let's see if we can do that. When we go for that, I think it... Nope. Can I request in here? No, maybe it's something that happens just in the game. It has a meantime to happen in here. Message about request council support has been received from Eldon Estamont. No, he's 70. Okay, so within this game, there's a council that has. Is that the right window there? Hang on. Council, Liege Council. Okay, so this council here all vote on different things to decide that the king proposes to us. This guy wants me to agree with him. Her. Ah, there he is. So he's a pragmatist. That means he may or may not go with the king. They've all got... Which one is John Selwyn? Oh, I got made an advisor rather than Justicar. Okay. Bummer. So I think I missed out on that. On that skill bump. Yes, I did. That +2 that I've got there is because of my carousing focus. So that's a bummer, actually. What a shame. It would have been nice to be 25, because that would be quite immense. But that's okay. It's no big deal. I'm not going to give this guy a favour, because he could push through some rule that I don't like, that may be detrimental to me, so I'm going to say no. He's also 70, and so his favours die with him, so no mate, I'm not going to be on your side, unfortunately. We've had more events come here. I became an advisor. More of that Council of the Devout thing. That faction to depose Lord Stannis has disbanded. Strangely. He doesn't like Stannis. We can see his opinion of Stannis and Stannis' opinion of him there. Oh, sorry, his opinion of Stannis is at the top, and Stannis' opinion of him is below it. The same thing applies for me. That's my opinion of Stannis, and that's Stannis' opinion of me. Dala has left our court for the castle of Black Bog. Very good. Goodbye, Dala. Septon Ronald of Pink Maiden was given it. Okay. And okay. Very good. How's the siege coming along? Okay, so the siege is looking quite good. We're about 2/3 of the way there. When you get 3 times, I believe it's 3 times, the numbers of the group you're besieging, that you should do, you can do an assault, which will lose more men than it ordinarily would, because they're assaulting a fortified position. But you also take attrition damage while you're sieging. So I think when you're about 3 times more than the defenders, it's either 3 times or 10 times, and that's quite an important distinction. We'll wait until later in the game before we think about it. Request for support for this clown. How old is he? He's 53. We'll do it. We don't really mind voting for something crappy, because now we've got a favour with him, and this... Oh, crap. My plan was to use the favour to marry his wife to one of my sons. You can see that I'm already eyeing up these plot to kill, plot to kidnap buttons. No, no. Sir Davos wouldn't do it. God damn it. Because that was the only reason I did that favour, is because I wanted to get his wife in the picture. The interesting thing is that she's celibate anyway, so I don't think she can have children, so I've no idea what's going on. He has just remarried though. What we might do is try to marry one of his offspring. We can right click him and toggle special interest. We want to see if he gets a new heir, because if we could somehow get our sticky fingers on Tarth, or involved in Tarth, that would be pretty cool. So his line of succession is Brienne, and that's it. After that, there's no more line of Tarth. Oh, he does have one brother, but see, he's got that funny background. That funny background there means he is part of the Night's Watch, and that's the wall is the background behind him. A very pretty purple wall, but a wall nonetheless. Alright, let's continue on. The siege continues apace. Ordinarily I would jump out and get that army. In fact, I'm going to get both of these armies. Oh god, they're 3,000. We need to detach that one. We'll jump down here. We won't go that way, we'll go that way. It's slightly quicker, I think. I don't think there's travel time indicators in this, are there? No. There we go. Do we have a travel time indicator? No. But I think I'm right. Okay, so this is a battle in Crusader Kings. You have 3 lines. You have your center, your right, your left, and they attack their opposite number. Because they're a tiny army, they don't have any armies spread out, and because our 2 flanking armies were tiny, they weren't worth having separated. They'll just collapse quickly. So I've solidified my troops in the center, and they're doing much the same. So they've routed as soon as we saw them. We sent our cavalry at them, and they've just fled. Oops, what's happened here? Okay, so we can see that we had 1 casualty. One of our... did we have 5 casualties? I can't quite see around that. Okay. So yeah, we lost 1 of each, and they lost 147 men. That's a fair trade. I'll make that trade any day. We'll send this army back now, but just stay clear of that large army there. I don't know whose army that is. That's a very large army. Because that looks like he's... declared... Has he separated from the Lannisters? Oh no, he was part of the Trident. Okay, so he's separated from the River Kings and from River Run. What are they called? The Trident. I think that's the. Yeah, he's separated from the Trident. This is interesting. I think they've actually. I don't know. That's Hospitali still, but he's underneath Rob. That's strange. I don't think that happened in the books or in the show. Okay, so what has happened here is, although you can't quite put your finger on it, you don't feel quite right. I've got a general malaise, which means I'm not very good at dueling, and my health is at is reduced by 0.75. So you can't see your health in this, and I don't think I can go to. Okay, so when you press the tilde key, I can't type and have it. No, I can't show you what the tilde key is, but it's the one to the left of your number 1, along the top of your keyboard, not on the number pad. So when you press the tilde key, you can enter various codes in here, and car info is one of those. So if we scroll over one of the characters, we can see that Sir Davos's health is 5.0, so he's fine. But when your health gets down below, I think it's below 2, things start getting very dicey. I'm going to turn that off because I don't like seeing all that other information. It's not information you're meant to see in the game. But yes, so my health has gone down a little bit. Our Maester, who is a pretty good Maester, he's not bad. He's not bad. I think I've probably got cancer, which is a bit of a bummer, and he's going to try to treat me. To invigorate me, I've been drinking jugs of human breast milk. Good stuff. So what we can see is that I've still got that effect, that malaise, but that I've been reasonably well that my treatment's gone reasonably well, and I'm now. This army's got to be coming for that one. Yep, it is. Okay. Serve my mission to improve my. So remember, I set this chap to improve people's opinions of me. He's improved Stannis' opinion of me by plus 20. So now Stannis. Huh? Ah, there we go. It doesn't. Oh God, this is not a good fight. Okay, so this army here, sorry, this fight here. Oh, we can't see it because we're not part of it. We'll join the fight, and I'll show you. God, we're gonna die. Merrick is not well. He's got the flu. Okay, so another thing that determines how wars go is how strong your leadership is. One child lacks education. So Devon, who we'd set to do something before, has now finished his early training. Wow, his intrigue is really high. Okay, so now that we're doing his adult training, if you like, we can choose from a number of options. We can choose from diplomacy, which would work well for him. He's already got affectionate, and that's why it's got a green circle. If we were to choose learning, he would get a negative modifier because that's red because he's already got the brooding trait, which doesn't go well with learning. He's got a positive and a negative for stewardship, and a negative for intrigue. But I'm going to go negative for affection anyway. No, kind, content, trusting, family person. Maybe I should go martial, which has no modifiers at all. His diplomacy is no good. He's at 2. He won't get better at being a diplomat, but I think he will get better at being a fighter. So I might just go that and see what happens. These numbers are awful. Stannis is about to get trounced, just like in the. Why is everyone getting sick all of a sudden? Marek is feeling much better. Successful treatment, very good. So I paid Florian for... Oh my god, that's rough. I hate this bit. Let's have a look at this war. Huh? Our army's involved now, we should be able to see it. Oh my glob. Yeah. Yes, there we go. Okay, so what's happened is we've almost routed their centre. If it weren't for the other 17,000 men coming at us, we'd likely win this. So we've lost both flanks, but we've kept our centre and almost routed their centre. We'll let it... Oh, I can't unpause while this is up. Okay, so we need to set an actual education for him. I don't think this kid's going to come very good, so I'm not going to spend a great deal of money from it on him. I've only got 48 ducat gold at the moment anyway. Let's get him a very good. We'll get him a very good training. We can afford it. How old's our next oldest son? 10, 2 years. We get -1 per turn. We'll do a basic training for the clown. Poor education, whatever, bro. And we'll go back to this battle. Yeah, that's not a good one. All right, so we lost. Hang on, we were the defenders, weren't we? No, okay, so we lost 9,000 to their 6,000. Pretty rough outcome. We've got 13.3 thousand recurring, and they've got 42,000. We're in a whole world of pain. Ah, joy. Everyone's getting sick. In fact, if our wife died, that would be kind of cool. We could have new kids, but whatever. We'll keep sending for the physician. What other events have happened here? We've been attacked. Septon Renly, I don't care. I don't care about this Council of the Most Devout. I don't even know what it is. Lady Cecile was appointed commander by somebody. Go, Lady Cecile. There's my cancer. So I've got cancer, my wife's got cancer, everyone else has got the friggin' flu. This is great. This might be a short game. We might all die from the friggin' plague immediately. Okie cokes. So what options have I got here? He's got different treatments. These are quite fun. So we've got the brave trait, so we can push him to do something that other characters wouldn't be able to choose. This is going to be experimental, and some of the outcomes are hilarious. Let's have a little look. Someone's... Yep, my general opinion is going up. People like that. He got a small knife and pressed something against the wound. It looked like diseased tissue, and I shuddered. Okay, so successful experimental treatment is what we got, and so while the cancer was messing with us, the successful medical treatment has done wonders for us. If we have another look... Oh, it hasn't refreshed the stat. Huh? What were we before? I thought we were 24 before. Who knows? Okay, so we're losing this war quite handily. What we'll do is we'll send our troops home and we'll... Oh my god, more. He's got... This son's got rabies? Like, I don't know what's happening to this family, but, we really need to calm down. Okay, we're going to go back here. Swear words. Yep, whatever. Okay, he did die. Why did I just pay the dude who gave him treatment? So his health was -7. Like, only the most healthy characters will survive rabies. And that way, even this guy wouldn't survive rabies without successful medical treatment. So, yeah. Okay, this war is basically over. There's nothing we can do. We'll release our levies once we're back in territory we control, and we'll go from there. Stennis doesn't believe that, but I believe Stennis to be wrong. Like, he's just running into troops 5 times his number. It's ridiculous. You're an idiot, Stennis. And I am not risking my people's lives on you. Okay, so one character owes us a favour. We've raised our levies for too long. So, do you remember when I went to raise the army? I raised armies from my domain. That's people in my own holdings. That's people in the castle of Rainwood that I control. Yep, Rainwood Castle. But I've raised vassals from there and from there. Their leaders have an opinion of me, which is now -6 because of raised levies. And, oops. And -6 because of raised levies. Also -15 from being fired from the council and replaced by that new bloke who wandered into town. But that raised levies modifier will continue to increase by 1, or sorry, the negative modifier will increase, yes, by 1 more per month the longer you keep your levies raised, unless it's in a defensive war, which this is not. We're in a offensive war against King Joffrey, so yeah, it's not very Onion Knighty of me, but look, Stannis' army is almost completely gone now. He's an idiot. Doing what he's doing here is beyond stupid and absolutely not worth it. He's just wasting lives now. So we'll put it as fast as it can go and let it do its thing. He's insistent as our mate Stannis. And about to get his butt kicked again, I'd suspect. The alliance between Sir Davos and Lord Stefan has broken down. My son has died, and just a private funeral will suffice. Okay, so he was our chief general, but he died because that's what all of my family seem to do. We'll put our next most skilled son in there, and we can put another commander in place. That commander will be this chap. Alrighty, so we just, if we have a look at our armies, we can see that we can only raise 712. That's because there's only 712 fighting men left within our domains. So we need to wait for a long time for that to recover. More events happening. He became commander. He became a priest. She went off to Rathrock. Ah, that was his. Oh no, she's of Sellsword Infantry. There's Stannis about to get his face smashed again. The AI in this game is a little bit less clever. So someone tried to beat up our son while he was doing his job. We lose some prestige. He's wounded. And people can actually die of wounds in this game. But we'll see what happens. Hey, we've got a grandson. Cool. Let's see if we can track him down. He's that guy, he's got a lisp, which means he has negative for Diplo, and is less likely to marry. Let's change his focus to being a fighter in that case. You should ordinarily wait until they're a bit older, but I wanted to do it so I don't forget. I mean, it would have prompted me at 6, but if you can have your this guy inherited. Oh, he inherited that guy's castle. So if we click on his tag, sorry, if we click on his, 1 second. If we click on his, no, not his house, on his flag, we can see all his holdings, and it shows, I think that was what he just got. Oh, and he's given it away already. No, I want to see his personal holdings. How do I do that? Okay, so he's handed that out already. Yeah, right. Okay. The High Septon passed away, whatever's. Okay, what I might do is rather than waiting around for the rest of this battle to finish out, which is going to take some time, it's only negative 74, unless Stannis gets caught, then I don't see this happening for a while. So I might pause this video and zap you into the future to where the war is complete, and we'll see the situation that we're in then. If anything interesting happens, I'll come right back. See you soon.